Hello guys, welcome to Dragon Trail in our Power Pack DLC race, second race that I did through get its own weekly challenges. So it's just really more of a credit grind as well as yep, having a go at our favorite game, which is Gran Turismo. Yeah, some would say that, why don't I play other games? To be honest, it's like Counter-Strike, D-Dust, or Street Fighter when you got your favorite characters and your maps paired with it. So, Gran Turismo nails it with map variety and character choice. Plus, it adds an element of RPG in it. And the character is not something you create, the character is you. Following me? For example, for those who play The Witcher, you assume the character of Geralt, right? So, with Geralt, over the game, you develop skill points that you click on the skill tree and he acquires new skills. But in this DLC, or I'm sorry, in this game, the skills that you acquire is applied to you in real life. For example, real life in terms of driving, or maybe in terms of driving strategy, or also in terms of multiplayer strategy. So with driving strategy, you start to develop braking habits, learning cars characteristics, drivetrain characteristics. Okay. What does a front wheel drive car feel like versus a mid-engine rear wheel or a four-wheel drive car, and also translates into even meaner, faster cars that arguably will be out of reach for most of us. I mean, the best car I've driven in my whole entire life, by stroke of chance, an F-Type, both 6 and 8 cylinder variants. Okay. I chance upon, by having a friend have a Jag meeting in a raceway. It's for Jag owners, so he was invited for a track day. They prepared several Jags for test drive, and being a guest there, owning no Jaguar, I was freaking out with the thought of crashing one as well. So, yep, I can't do pedal to the metal on that car. Anyway, so that's for self-RPG skill trees chat. And then for Street Fighter analogy, each car is like a character in Street Fighter. You have a lot of people like Ryu, Ken, Guile, Chun-Li, and there are characters like Dalsim, which is a favorite of my friend over here in New Zealand. So who knew? There's M. Bison as well. So these cars are like the characters in Gran Turismo, right? Yeah, cars are like, they all have their quirks, they all have their ways to use, like when to brake, distribution of weight, you know, fuel management, all sorts of things. Alright, I think we are gonna... Like, I would arguably say a front wheel drive is like the most straightforward way in terms of feel of how a car would behave. Alright, so return to pit and we go to and practice. Now it's for quality, so we need 2 laps to establish a pretty decent qualifying entry. Yeah, I tried this with Nürburgring in the DLC, dude. You need 2 laps of that. I didn't have the time to do it, so I was placed at the last place of the race because everyone, like all the AI competitors, logged in an additional Nürburgring lap because of course they are AI and they have all the time in the world, can be fast forwarded to simulate their performance. So yeah, and finally with maps, yeah, analogy is Counter-Strike, right? So it's like having to play your favorite map in a LAN cafe over and over again, which arguably is the Dust. Same with Dota, if you want to use Dota. Dota is just a single map played over and over again. Okay, you have the same Roshan spot, same corners of the map, which you have bases to destroy, towers to destroy. You know, very predictable. So imagine how good Gran Turismo has nailed it, having scanned real-world tracks, putting helicopters in that map. Look at that. So Dragon Trail is a make-believe map. It's make-believe setting is in Croatia, if I believe. And boy, does it look great. It does. One would imagine that it would be cool if it actually existed. Guys, it doesn't. But you know, playing maps like this side by side with Yas Marina, CGV, Nürburgring, Suzuka, and they use similar assets like trees and track color and stuff. You know, it's being painted like a real world map now, right? And imagine actually having a good pulse of what Nürburgring is. Okay, it takes hell of a lot of money to campaign to go to Nürburgring, guys. So Mr. Jansen must cost me dear fractions of a second. Dude, super not cool. That is lap 2. And we're not going for lap 3, guys. Just having a hope that I see the sector time if I'm doing great. Okay, and no, I'm far slower. And once you've built your rig, you know, have your seats, selected your wheel, ideally don't go below say T300. Hopefully the prices have gone down enough so that everyone can consider T300. Okay, I mean, some can be content with Logitech 9 series 920 or 92. There's no 920 in Gran Turismo, by the way. 923 or yeah, G29. I mean, that's a cool starter if you haven't tried anything else yet. So that being said, when you have your cockpit dialed in, dude, you tend to forget. You're in the virtual world. Yeah. Oh, so those on the fence, if you want to get VR, or you shouldn't. Well, one, if you can try it out from a friend, you know, for friends, I would absolutely love it if you'd want to try my setup out. Burnout was more than I hoped. So, as I was saying, now think of this as being a car enthusiast. I've loved cars all my life. So we all grew up having like a Matchbox or a Hot Wheel, okay? Imagine being able to see and drive against your favorite cars in this capacity is mind-blowing, even up to now. I've had PSVR for about 3 years now. These free updates like GT Sophie, amazing. We've all imagined AI to, like, you know, come close to this experience, and it absolutely has, guys. Come on. And the detail they've put into the cars, these aren't just, you know, drawn cars by talented artists. These are scans, okay, recreated as best as technologically can be. Accurate to, you know, astonishing detail. Look at how that virtual V Gallo overtook me, man. one more lap to go. Let's see if we can stick it to Miyazono. He is pulling away, guys. There we go. Gonna go. Thought I was gonna do around the outside. No go. So it's also a strategy game in a sense. Dude, so many things going on in this game. I mean, and of course there's still that classic, you know, I'm a human versus your AI type of mindset. There you go. Not a clean race for me, but you know, it is a win. And there you go. We got 20 stars for that. Everybody bonus. And 200Ks in credit. Oh yeah, and there's also the collecting part of the game as well. Alright, so with our new stars, we get to, you know, have another race. We'll try to win that. So we're one race away from getting to see this awesomely detailed GT 2000 Supra, I think. TRD Supra. Yeah, look at that. Anyway, thanks for joining me today. Okay, I will catch you on the next one. And with that, keep on racing. Follow your dreams, guys. Cheers, thanks, bye.